Okay, hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the tankiest samurai build on Ghost of Tsushima Legends mode. Okay, so this is not what I run typically, but I'll run this once in a while whenever I'm playing survival, or even sometimes when I'm playing rivals. But this build is well, it's a tank build. It's not exactly like you're not supposed to get a crazy damage in there. It's not. That's not what this build is for. This build is for staying alive as long as possible. Now, um, where you can be using this is in situations of, let's say you're trying to hold a place, like let's say you're playing survival and you're trying to hold a point by yourself. This keeps you alive the whole time while you're getting hit. Like let's say you're getting hit by like an oni or a tengu. uh, you can survive through one of those without. It's basically like you're not taking any damage. So we'll start with the techniques here. First technique is you want to use spirit pole, and this allows you just to basically suck the life out of your enemies slowly, and take it in for your own. Then you're gonna run legendary for the first row. You're gonna run legendary for the second one. You want increased max resolve, and this allows you to get your ultimate as fast as possible. So then, because that's like gonna be your strongest form of attack in this, since your melee is gonna be pretty weak, and same with and your uh your other abilities will be pretty weak as well, and they're not going to be horribly strong. So your ultimate's like your strongest thing you'll have, and then you're going to use Hachiman's Fury, just again for the this just for the strength purpose. You could use the Hachiman's Rage, but thing with Hachiman's Rage is it's only two attacks and it's focused on two guys, and Hachiman's Rage only is really it's good, but it's better if you have like if you use items with ultimate damage increase, and we're not using any of those in this build, so that's why you want to use Hachiman's Frenzy, just because you get those extra two attacks. Okay, so then we're gonna go to the gear here. All right, so you want to run any sort of katana. I guess it really doesn't matter. I prefer water katana just because of its surging strikes. It's just really fast, and then but you always want to use Wave the Flame, because you can Wave the Flame allows you to attack enemies even when they're attacking or when you're being attacked. So it's just kind of it just it's nice. Also applies burning, so that's good. And then, okay, Forbidden Medicine. When running Forbidden Medicine, oh yeah, and then when running the katana, I don't have it yet, but what you want is you're going to want for this loadout, you're going to want the melee damage, and you're going to want your Oni damage. That's what you're gonna want to run. I don't run that because I haven't. I first need to complete this and get this to 120, and then after I do that, I need to swap out these two and try. Yeah, and then for your stance, you want Warrior of the Flame. For your second stance, depending on what it is, once you get to 120, for me, I'm gonna run Water Master just because I have a Water Katana. You either want to run Water Master or Burning Blade. It's really your decision, though. Then for here for Bin Medicine, always run this with this build because it gives you the heals. One for when you're low, which I'd be surprised if you get low, but this has actually saved me multiple times and it does damage. You want to make sure you have that max blast radius there. That's gonna save you a lot. And then you want the status effect damage. So like if I use black powder bomb, because it knocks back your enemies. It's another form of high damage. but that's why you want the status effect damage increase. Outside of that, that's pretty much just blast radius. You always want to run blast radius over anything else. Blast radius is the best thing just because it'll allow you to get the most enemies out of everything else. And then and then you want to obviously run samurai unlock, because if you don't, this normally can only be used by Ronin. So samurai unlock allows you to use it on the samurai, and then you can either run for this. I'd just do black powder bomb or flash bomb. It's really your decision. Okay, now this is required for this. You need this. This one's not as optional. This is optional. Like this, I recommend marking up, but this is completely optional. This is a little less optional, but you require this. So this, you want melee damage and spirit pull targets. So now what this lets you do is spirit pull targets com is compatible with your ability spirit pull. So it allows you to pull health from 2 targets at once, and this is what keeps you alive for a long period of time. You also want to run super armor so that you can't get interrupted while attacking. And also once, like let's say you get your samurai charm to 120, the other one you'd want to run probably is either health increase or combat regeneration. This is probably the best two. Combat regeneration is actually, it's not too bad. It works well with this because it allows you to get that health when you're in the fight. It doesn't seem great because of the healing rate reduced when in combat, but you're not gonna. But why that's not actually so bad is because of your your spirit pull, your extra spirit pull target. So that's required. When you're running this samurai charm, you want to have spirit pull, and then you want to have melee damage. Those are the two you want, and spirit pull is required. You have to have that one. For your first ghost weapon, I run sticky bomb. I do ghost weapon damage and blast radius. You don't have to do sticky bomb. I just prefer sticky bomb because it can get me out of situations when I'm rather low and I'm in like a tough spot. Ghost weapon damage, just so all your ghost weapons do extra damage, or specifically this one, because this actually can kill a Ronin ghost. This is able to kill a Ronin ghost just in itself, so that's why I run that. And then your second one's this. This is just to get away and then heal yourself. This is all it's for. The stealth. So you want to run cooldown reduction because it allows it to return to you faster, and then the stealth allows you to not get seen for a longer period of time, so then you can heal. It allows you to have more time to heal. And I use sudden resolve for this. You could either use sudden resolve or lucky. I prefer to use lucky. I just haven't been lucky enough to get it, so yeah. And that's the build here. The most important one is the charm. The charm, and probably the second ghost weapon, and the forbidden medicine. This heals you, and lets you escape, and then this heals. It's all healing. All this is healing. Now there is really no extra health. You could run this, but you still require the 2 legendaries. And this is better than sacrificing 2 extra strikes on your ultimate is not worth an extra legendary. So that's why you want to. That's why if you that's why I use legendary here. And so, but you could use the 25 health, but I recommend you don't. It obviously doesn't do too much just because how much you're already being healed by yourself. So I'll show you guys some gameplay here.
And I'll tell it.
We'll do a rival.
One of my favorites.
I'm gonna mute my gameplay just so people can't hear me, because it probably would be annoying for them to hear me. Okay. And if you want to, you could swap out the resolve gaming. I just recommend it. It's probably the best thing of your choice. That or this perfect parry counter attack restoring 50 health. But I wouldn't do this just because I've tried it out and it actually hasn't been of much use to me. Just because of how much health I'm already restoring just throughout my abilities and stuff.
The two gods of heaven found the enemy at their gate
Okay.
and called on the ghost to defend their stronghold. The heroes sprang to test their mettle.
Who's there?
The ghosts awoke and owned you.
I need to get to more enemies to show how this spirit pull works. 'Cause it's really nice when you have multiple enemies on you.
A chill in the air warned that an Onryo drew near. Fearsome horrors materialized from nowhere.
Right, here you go. See, like, I'm pretty damaged right now, and this is allowing me to basically all that damage is doing absolutely nothing because of how much health I'm getting from all this spirit pull. So yeah, all that damage I just took, absolutely no effect on me. Then I can use this from here to kill myself. And quickly escape. So I back up, I heal, and then go back in. His ultimate.
Then an elder shade arrived to foil their plans. And Onryo approached.
Yep, and all that damage I just took, I have all the health back. I can grab myself my concussion bombs again. Grab this, break this,
Elder
get this.
Shade put a halt to the ghosts unleashed, and only the Shade began blocking their offerings. The ghost trusted a terrible curse would give them an effect. Curse dispatched the ghost compelled a shade to block their opponents. Demonic forces clawed their way out of the darkness. Their curse haunted the other team.
Sleep, heal, revive. Alright, yeah, so this build is just pretty straightforward. It's just the same thing over and over. Once you get super low, you place your smoke, it heals you. You can use your bombs to heal if you want. And then use your spirit pull. You pull 2 enemy health, 2 health from your enemies. And it allows you to full heal in like a matter of 3 seconds. Just with that in itself, even while you're being attacked, it's just you hardly get down. I've only been down once using this build, and I use this actually quite often. Maybe not as much as my offensive build, but it's still highly used.
Ghosts found themselves hindered when Ondio they unleashed, gutted their rivals. Terrible curse delivered, and the ghost curse harmed. Our heroes cast a curse upon their rivals. The Shade began the rival bands raced to meet the Oni. The Shade moved to block their offerings.
When all that damage is gone, so I have all the health back. Just because this still simple ability.
They're undaunted. The ghost rose again to face the enemies before them. A ghost barely clung to life.
Did get down there. That's not good.
The vile host
I got downed again. Holy crap.
to the ground.
Well done.
A terrible curse hit their rivals. An elder shade heeded the call to thwart their rivals.
What? You're kidding.
The ghost curse harmed their rivals. The great contest drew toward a close as their competitors cleared the field. The ghost swept through their foes like a mighty tempest. Hulking figures closed in. Another wave of Oni crashed against the ghosts. Another fell. The ghost cast the stench of ash and death, heralded the advance. The ghost rivals proved more than a match
Alright.
for them that day.
Yeah, well, that's the tank build.
Relax for
That's
a
what I got
moment.
for you guys.
To these
It's
tales.
pretty good. If I wasn't just being an idiot, I would have survived. I wouldn't have gotten knocked once, but it's been pretty stupid those 2 times I got knocked, but it's fine. So yeah, that's the tank. It's the tanky kit. I still have to fix my katana just to make sure that it's 120 and I can actually I can actually fully use this kit to its best of its abilities, but I have to make sure I get everything done correctly. And I have to make sure that I have a 120 before I can do that, but it's alright. Anyway, so yeah, this is a tank kit. I'm going to post a video on a fire build. So that would be primarily the fire build would be you do here. This is what I use in my normal build. This is like my build. What I normally use is the #1 samurai build, which is it's a fire-ish build, but it also it allows your ghost weapons to have tons of damage with them, like crazy amounts of damage. But so about be showing a primarily fire build, the next one. So that would be you'd be using caltrops. Uh, Here you'd be using a sticky bomb as well, except you'd swap this out with a fire it up because that just lights targets on fire. Again, fire build. Here, instead of super armor, you'd be using fire master. Again, fire build makes sense. Here, you'd be using the same exact thing, except it's going to it's gonna well, actually no, it'd be this, yeah, same exact thing. Blast rate is same, and status effect damage the same, or status effect duration, really your choice. I use um, damage though, so yeah, that'd be that, and so then you could use the black powder bombs to catch on fire, and here you'd run Way of the Flame with a once you get this to 120, do Way of the Flame with a Burning Blade or whatever with a Blank Master. Probably Burning Blade, most likely, so then you can catch enemies on fire without even needing Way of the Flame. And then that'd be primarily the gear. So then your techniques, you'd obviously swap to this, and everything else would be the exact same. 1 legendary, 1 resolve, and 2 extra hits here, and then you'd swap. And this is supposed to be a different. This would have to be a different um charm. The charm would be different, be a legend. It's like Enjo's charm, I think it's what it's called. But it's really good because it allows you to do 15% more damage, and that's actually across the board. So that's 15% more fire damage, 15% more melee, 15% more on all of your ghost weapons. So it just like maxes everything out. So yeah, that's the build for the fire kit. But I'll show that to you a different day. Anyway, alright, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.